going on, guys? I'm Frank Wack. I'm here today with Mr. BC Phillips and Phil Pierce of RGS Retro Gaming Society. How are you guys doing?
Good.
Amazing.
First question comes to mind when I think of retro gaming. When I was like 5, I remember I went to kindergarten until about 1-ish, and my brother didn't get off till about 3. When you get there, my dad would have lunch ready for me. I'd eat lunch, and then I'd be like, Dad, let's go play Gunstar Heroes on the Sega Genesis. This is my first game I remember ever playing.
Nice.
Love that game. I don't know why. It's awful. I mean, I play it now.
A lot
and I'm
of
just
them
like,
are
this
awful.
game is so broken. Now that I know how to break it, it's like, I don't want to play this game anymore. Do you guys have any memories like that?
Phil has a great memory about Clax, actually.
So, Clax puzzle game,
Yeah.
Nintendo NES.
Actually, in the arcade.
Yeah, in arcade, yeah. So I grew up in a bowling alley.
Yeah.
So I'd played it on arcade before, but my mom and dad would get a Nintendo. My dad would sit on the edge of a bed with a cigarette lit, playing Clax, not puffing a cigarette, and the ash would literally be as long as the cigarette is long, and he wouldn't move, and he would play Clax. And he would, I don't know how he did it, but the perfect balance playing Clax. But that was, that was my dad. That's the only pictures I have of my dad playing Nintendo is playing Clax or Tetris or Mario doing this, shit. But for me, Mike Tyson's Punch Out always been my favorite game ever since I was a little kid. Mega Man, getting pissed off with the Mud Monster because you couldn't beat him until the secret came out. You paused the game. After that, 30 years later, I beat the game. But yeah, I mean that's the memories of my games, all NES growing
Talking
up.
about Sega, like what my family used to do is we would never play games as a family except for around the holidays. And then it was College Slam on the Genesis, and we would play for hours. My uncles, grandma, whatever, everybody's in there playing College Slam of all the games.
Basketball, right?
Yeah, especially when you've got like Joe Montana Sports Talk Football and
Madden 93 is amazing.
yeah.
One guy could be the
Slam.
receiver, one guy the quarterback. Yeah, it was awesome.
I don't know.
Great game.
I mean, yeah, NES is what I collect personally.
Right.
And as a kid, I only had 4 or 5 games. My cousin handed me down some, probably another 10 games. And then when I got my PlayStation, we upgraded, so I just sold all the games for 25 cents a piece at a garage sale. So now it's kind of like buying my childhood back.
Yeah.
Right.
Because I really miss
Oh, that's, my same story, lower middle class, had 5 or 6 games. I'd mow lawns and go get games from the guy that stole them at Walmart. Sell them to me. That's a true story. And I had
Don't do that, kids.
Yeah, don't do that. Bad idea. But I had 10 or 12 Nintendo games, and that's all I had. So grew up, got a big boy job, disposable income.
Yep.
2 away from NES run.
Wow.
It's not bad.
What are you missing?
Caltron 6 and 1, a real stadium events, and then Power Play 2.
We want to hear about BitCon. That's what everybody's probably going to watch this video for. But I really want them to hear this story. Can you tell me how Retro Gaming Society came to be?
Oh, boy. So 4 years ago, almost 5 years ago, my then girlfriend at the time, now wife, we were sitting on the couch and talking about, we have this collection. We had 200 Nintendo games at that time. And it was I wonder if there's other people doing this. I wonder if there's other people that would want to play. So it's there's Craigslist. We could try that. So we put out a Craigslist ad and said, hey, we're going to start this group. We're looking for people to participate. And so we put up a Facebook group. And one of the first people to join was David Sollers, who also helps us with the bureaucratic fun of running a group of this size. And Micah was one of the first people. He does a lot of our camera and video work. And it kind of started this groundswell in Oklahoma City, and eventually we started pulling in people from Tulsa after we went to our first experience with OVGE.
Yeah.
So then it grew. Oklahoma City became Oklahoma. Oklahoma became Oklahoma and Texas when one of our guys moved to Texas and said, I need an RGS group here too.
Clavier.
Yeah, Clavier.
Which is how I started in the group.
And it has kind of just spread organically from there.
That's awesome. How many states has RGS hit so far?
Well, I don't know, 10 to 12.
10 to 12.
We have some, people charter,
Right.
and sometimes the people who charter the groups fall off the face of the planet. So there's some groups out there that are less frequented than others. But I don't know, some like a dozen.
Kansas, Arkansas, Oklahoma, New Mexico.
I don't think
There's a New Mexico, trust
Is there
me.
New Mexico?
New York. Texas.
There's Iowa, Minnesota.
There's an Iowa, Minnesota. I'm an admin on Minnesota.
Nice.
Don't know why.
They're everywhere. Look them up.
Yeah, just search for Retro
Yeah,
Gamer
Retro
Society.
Gamer Society. There might be one in your state.
If not, contact
If not,
us.
yeah, charter. If not, holler at us. We'll get you hooked up.
It's real easy to
Nice.
charter these days.
We've gone global.
Right. So
There is a China too.
We have to,
Really?
we have to
Retro
sa-
China.
Wow.
satisfy
Not really.
the demand.
Satisfied demand.
He had me. He had me, guys. I believed him.
No China yet.
No China yet. We are working on it. So, what made you guys want to start Super BitCon?
That's a good question. I mean, there's nothing like Super BitCon in the state of Oklahoma.
Right.
We have OVG.
You know, there's nothing like BitCon that I've been to in the nation.
Well, that's true.
It's just that little bit, and it could be our ownership over it. Might be part of it. You know, obviously you love stuff that you do, but it's enough con to be a con.
Right.
It's enough expo to be an expo, and then there's that. I don't want to say flea market feel, but you know, you're going in there getting good deals. It ain't
Kind of
going
a wheeler and dealer.
Wheeler and dealer, yeah. You're not going in getting just hammered on price. You know, not everything. You know, I went to PAX South.
Yeah.
I don't know where you did. You go?
I didn't go.
You didn't go.
I wanted to.
You know, and there were a couple retro games set up. You know, Mega Man for $80.
Yeah.
You know, because
We don't
it's-
have those prices.
We
at
don't
our
have
shop.
those.
It's a
you
little
know?
too competitive for them.
Right.
I started watching the Game Chasers, and now I want to collect Mega Man. It's my favorite game series of all
I feel like
time.
that's going to get
Yeah,
expensive.
it's gonna. I just
Should have
looked,
got in about 6 years
I
ago.
looked up all the games and all the prices. It's gonna cost me like $2,000
Yeah.
or something like that.
Oh, there's like a limited edition controller that goes for ungodly
I just
amounts.
want the games. That's
Yeah.
all I want.
In Oklahoma, we've got several things like
Yeah.
that. I mean, we've got OVGE, which is
Yeah.
awesome. It serves a really strong retro crowd,
Right.
and it's really nice to have that in Tulsa.
Right.
And it's on the opposite end of the calendar from us, so we get to come and kind of participate and hang out and enjoy both events. We've got SoonerCon, which has some gaming elements, Tokyo and Tulsa, which has some gaming elements, but as far as an event with this kind of ratio of gaming stuff, we didn't have anything like it, so we
No,
just
not at all.
satisfy the demand, as
That's fair.
some people say. But we wanted an event that we wanted to hang out at,
I got you.
and there wasn't.
Well, and you know, it may have came from the meetups in Oklahoma City.
That's
so,
true.
Oklahoma City meetups, you know, started out, it was me and Brandon and David and a few others
Yeah, a dozen
drinking a
other
few
guys.
beers, talking, video games, flip-flopping. And now we have meetups where 100 people show up at Cactus Jack's on a Friday night. I mean, you've been there.
Yeah, that was
right?
crazy.
Yeah, it was.
It gets a little
and you
out of
came
hand.
to the Christmas one, which
Yeah, I
is
did.
huge. Yeah,
I
right.
came to the Christmas
so
one, which was awesome.
it's. I think it grew from that, maybe.
Yeah.
3 amiibos at that party too.
Right. Don't say amiibos; they're not allowed.
I'm sorry.
We're banning
bleep that word.
amiibos.
We'll bleep that word. It's okay.
Yeah,
No, I got a little Mac from you, right?
Yes,
Yeah. So
you
right,
bought my Little Mac.
and I opened it. So
Yeah,
double bonus.
It's okay.
So now I'm out
I
$50.
would have opened it. So
fair.
But yeah,
Well, yeah, so it's that kind of vibe.
it
It's
is
a
that kind of
meetup.
vibe. It's a meetup.
Get up.
Everybody's having fun.
Well, one of the things we try to say is it's not as much like it's an expo, obviously,
Right.
but
Right.
it's more of a celebration. It's a party. It's for us to all get together and kind of hang out and enjoy this stuff.
I've never been to a con where there's a party in an arcade that night.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited for that.
Come out to Cactus
Welcome to
Jack's.
VidCon, right?
7 p.m. that Saturday night of our show, we'll be out at Cactus Jack's.
And obviously, and you mentioned them, Game Chasers will be out there. Alpha Omega Sin's going to be out there. PSP will be out. Loved that place last year.
Oh yeah,
excited
he
to
killed
meet
it on
Kicked my ass at
Galaga.
Galaga. Yeah, wore me
killed
out.
it on
I mean,
Galaga.
we even had an impromptu arm wrestling event
Yes, we did.
breakout at
Nice.
Cactus
I beat
Jack's.
David Sellers at our
Yes, that happened. I don't.
These guns.
Those massive.
Shout out to you.
Yeah, there you go.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's a good time.
So is there something you're excited about for BitCon that you don't normally get excited about? Going to a meetup.
That's an interesting question.
That is an interesting
I
question.
kind of tweaked it.
See, my thing last year was we didn't. Okay, so we were planning for 500 to 750 people, and when 2,000 people showed up, it made us all a lot busier than we had anticipated being.
Right.
So I think, except for Phil because he's a slacker. So for me this year, what I'm looking forward to most, which is I don't really look forward to vendor rooms that often at other shows, except for meeting my buddies that
Yeah.
are the vendors there. I'm looking forward to actually shopping and looking around this year.
Right.
I had one buy last year, and it was from Jeff Cooper. At the very end, there's like 5 minutes to go, and he gave me $5 off of Felix the Cat.
Right.
So
Great game.
fantastic deal, Coop. I tried to talk him down $10.
You-
But so I'm looking forward to shopping this year.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward. I'm going to save up. I'm going to try to start my Mega Man collection there. Hoping to find Mega Man 2 for the
At least
NES.
you'll have competitive
That's my-
pricing.
That's my favorite one.
For me, I'm excited about Thor coming back. Thor Ackerland, and it's the 25th anniversary of the Nintendo World Championship. So, could be some surprises coming.
Hopefully.
We're working on some
We're
stuff
working on
with him, and
sounds
then it could be it could be huge.
And it could not be huge.
And it
No
could
promises.
No promises, right? But my biggest deal is I just look to the social part of it, man.
Yeah.
You know, I've got buddies like Greg and Clint down in Houston that'll come up. Hopefully, DVR.
Jason.
Bill, Jason, Jason Champion. That's my favorite part. I'm the social butterfly. You know, we go to Texas and we all party. We come to Oklahoma, they all party. So that's my deal. I just like seeing all the people, seeing all my buddies that
love
you
the
don't
community.
get to see.
Yeah. Well, that's the kind of the
Yeah,
convention thing.
Right.
That's why we even go to all the conventions
Right.
in Texas, is to hang out with our pals.
It's always been about community.
Yeah, because I haven't bought a game in a while. I forget why I'm even there. It's just your finest bottle of Crown and some White Russians and
And a $2 Coke.
and a $2 Coke that cost me my debit card. Things happen. Retropalooza. Yeah, it's coming up, right?
Yeah, September.
September. Are you going to that?
I'll try.
should go.
It's actually Jay and Billy's show.
Yeah,
Nice.
game changer.
Oh, yeah.
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 I actually just saw their episode about
Advance tickets are available now.
Yeah, buy them 7 months in advance.
that. I'm really happy you guys came by.
It's great to see you again, buddy.
Yeah,
Always a
for
pleasure.
sure. I
Always a
was
pleasure.
It's nice and cold in here.
It is.
I really
It's
like this
This
incredible.
guy knows how to conduct an interview, set the mood.
Right, cold weather.
It's nice. Come to Super BitCon March 28th, 29th, 2015. Phil will be there. If you're a VIP and win one of our VIP packs, free high fives from Phil all day long.
Limited to 100. Well, there's only 70 VIPs, so 30 less than what I planned on.
Can I be a VIP?
That's a good
Can I be
question. Can you?
71?
You can enter to win.
Can I
You
really?
win.
Yeah.
There's
Even though
about
I'm
to
going to
be
be there already?
Two more go up.
Sweet.
One will be at Thrill House, right?
Yeah.
Thrill
Today.
House, we're dropping one off.
Yeah, we got to get
today.
it over there in the next 7 minutes or
And,
so.
and also there'll be some Facebook contests going on
Sweet.
Yep.
for VIP packs.
Then I'll definitely enter them. I mean, I was going to share them out anyway, but now that I know I can win,
Yeah.
There you go.
really,
out 30.
nobody else share this. It's just me. I just want to. No.
And they're available purchase for $1,000.
Yeah.
That's way out of my budget. So
Okay, well, I mean, I'm just throwing it out there for
I
you.
brought $20 for lunch and maybe a game or two.
For
But
one half of a Mega Man collection.